Hi there, and welcome back to your favorite space where the thoughts are a little elevated and the conversation gets too real. I am your host, Mrs. Hi There.
And it's me again, Mr. Hi There.
And today we have quite the app session in store for us.
If I remember correctly, it's going to be about Amber, right?
Yes, so I want to talk about Amberlynn Reid and GorlWorld.
Yeah, I somehow fell into this. She watched it a lot, and I just somehow found myself also paying attention. So I know some of it, not everything, so I'm sure I'll learn some stuff today.
Yeah, once you fall into GorlWorld, there's like no escape. It just is a black hole that sucks you in.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's just watching people be weird. I don't know. I don't know what's called, but I don't even know
It's
how to explain
just
it.
entertaining.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just the drama, I guess, that goes on.
Right, it's the drama. So today is going to be more of an introduction to Amberlynn Reid and her lore.
Okay. Dude, lore is crazy. To have lore is crazy.
Well, Amberlynn Reid has been documenting her journey on YouTube for 13 years.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, for 13 years, that's a lot of... What is that? With vlogs, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes. What is GorlWorld?
Are you asking me?
Do you know?
Okay, so this is my idea of it. I don't know if this is what it is. It's essentially her and Chantel, right? And I don't know why they're called GorlWorld or whatever the hell, however you say it, but I think it's just them two. Plus all their reaction channels, I think. I don't know.
So it's mostly Amberlynn Reid and Chantel, aka Beauty.
Yeah, that's her name, yeah.
There are some other side characters that are slowly entering, not really side characters, but other girls. So basically, GorlWorld is an online community of locals attempting to lose weight and throw around half-assed body positivity attempts.
Oh, okay. So it's people trying to lose weight but gaining weight?
Right. Nikocado Avocado, he was kind of part of GorlWorld. His whole persona was just embodying GorlWorld and making fun of Amber and Chantal.
Yeah, I remember him like getting really, really big, and then copying a lot of what Amber was doing, like riding around on scooters and stuff.
Yeah, so he gained a lot of weight for the views and then dropped all the weight and had the surgery to get rid of all the loose skin and tighten up everything.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
So crazy. But the main focus of GorlWorld is definitely Amberlynn Reid. I mean, the community is named after her. Girl is how she pronounces the word girl. And she would say that a lot in her vlogs. When she's talking, she'll be like, girl.
Oh, okay. So she's essentially, it's after her, but they added Foodie Beauty and a couple other people to make it a universe, kind of.
Yeah, to make it like a little mini verse, I guess.
That's funny, but yeah, I can see why she's the main attraction.
Amberlynn is the undisputed queen of GorlWorld. I don't care what anyone says. She holds her crown.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah, for sure.
Now, I am honestly way too invested in GorlWorld, Amberlynn Reid specifically. I started following Amber back in early 2020. Do you know how I discovered Amber?
How would you discover Amber? Because what was she even... So I understand it's vlogs, but what was she vlogging about?
So she started off as a weight loss channel, and so a lot of her viewers did discover her through that weight loss journey and began following her because they're going through their own weight loss journey.
Okay, so she essentially gained a following of people trying to do the thing she was also trying to do.
Yeah, I did not discover Amberlynn Reid for her weight loss.
With mukbangs or something.
Yes.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
so back then I was really into specifically the ASMR style mukbangs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. she made that stuff?
So she did her own mukbangs, and I specifically like to watch the mukbang compilation videos because I only really like the crunchy noises.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like anything that had like the noodles or anything.
Like slurping and stuff?
Yeah, I didn't care for that, but I love the crunchy noises. So I would specifically look up crunchy noise
ASMR.
ASMR
And
mukbangs.
she was in the
She was
compilations?
not in the compilations, but they came up as suggestions.
Oh, yeah, on the side. I do remember that. It would suggest similar things.
Yeah, and seeing a morbidly obese woman shoveling food into her mouth in the thumbnail was startling, to say the least.
YouTube's gotten better about that. I think they demonetized her, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. Now,
Okay.
I did ignore the video suggestions at first, but the curiosity got the best of me. And here I am 6 years later and needing to yap about this lady.
I mean, that's a lot of years to talk about, especially with the amount of crap she's gotten into and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff to cover.
Listen, a lot of her viewers think she's boring. She has an overall boring personality. It's so funny. She's entertaining. Here I am 6 years later still watching her.
But are you watching? Well, I guess you are entertained, whether it's because she's bad at everything. I mean, you're watching her. Wait, why are you watching her? Is it because you enjoy what she does, or just enjoy seeing her? I guess.
I purely watch her because she is a locale through and through. This is before she joined the locale universe.
Yeah. This is way before.
So for those of you listening that may not know what a locale is, a locale is a term that describes a person who has a controversial online personality and gets milked for laughs.
Okay. So people just laughing at her instead of with her, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. She has a known cycle of her weight loss. So as I mentioned previously, Amberlynn has been on YouTube for the past 13 years. She started in 2013. Amber started off as a weight loss channel to document her journey as well as have video records to hold herself accountable.
Oh man, did that backfire?
Yes, so the YouTube audience witnessed the exact opposite to happen. Amber started her channel at 300 pounds, well, around the 300-pound range.
Okay. And I mean, from what I've seen now, she's definitely much larger.
Yeah, despite many failed dieting attempts and encouragement from Amber's audience and peers, she still put on a lot of weight. She gained an upward 300 pounds total.
Yeah, that's crazy. She doubled in size in that much time.
Her highest recorded weight that we know of is 572.4 pounds.
But so is that like saying that's the last time she weighed? Like, did she weigh herself after that?
Yeah, there's a reason why we're saying recorded weight. Amberlynn Reid has admitted to not weighing in when she knows she's gaining.
Well, she's definitely hit that 600. She's had to have hit it.
A lot of the audience does speculate that she did reach the 600 mark or have gone past it, just due to the fact that she visibly looks larger in videos past the time that she weighed in at the 572.4.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see. I mean, that's a lot. Like, it's almost it is double the 300, so you're definitely going to tell the difference.
Now, Amber's spiral into low-cal status does not necessarily come from her gaining weight.
So it's not because of her weight, so it's because of the way she is?
Yeah. So she claims that the majority of her audience is fat phobic, and that's not quite the case. So we are going to try to speed run through some of her more known controversies.
Oh, so she's problematic. That's why. Oh yeah, because you did say somebody who's controversial. So yeah, she's got to be problematic then.
Previously, I mentioned I was getting mukbang compilations in my suggested video menu, and it was quite the sight to see a morbidly obese woman as the thumbnail.
So what made you eventually click it then?
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let me see what this is all about. Why does this keep popping up? And I am an avid comment reader.
Oh man. Were they wait, back then, how were the comments? Were they bad or were they good?
They were, to me, as an outsider looking in, they were bad.
Oh, so they already didn't like her. So how long has she been on there before you found her?
She started in 2013 and I began following her in 2020.
So 7 years?
I think so. I don't know. I'm too stoned to do the
Yeah.
math right now.
Yeah.
I began to read the comments and I was just appalled by the amount of judgment there seemed to be. Keep in mind, I greatly enjoyed mukbang content at this time, and the majority of the popular mukbangers are thin or more of an average weight.
So you're like, hey, this is a different sized person. Let's see what this is about.
No, I was like, why are they...
Oh, hating. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why are they hating on a woman who is morbidly obese eating a relatively normal meal portion versus a skinny mukbanger that was eating large quantity of junk food on camera?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm guessing at that point she had already gained weight on her weight loss journey. That's why people were kind of pissed off at her.
Yeah, so I didn't know that at the time. I was just reading the comments and I'm like, what the heck is going on?
So you go in thinking like, damn, this lady's getting abused just for being fat.
Yeah, and unfortunately that is how a lot of other people find her. They find her due to hate comments, and then we join the community.
Yeah, yeah.
We begin to see her cycle and we're just like, you know what? I get it now. And once you begin to see the type of person that Amberlynn Reid is, the negativity surrounding her online presence begins to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know she's not like very much, so I'm sure she's done plenty of stuff to garner all that hate.
So with that being said, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. Please do not leave any hate or disparaging comments to anyone discussed today.
Yeah, we're just talking about them. We're not sending any hate towards them.
We're just here to yap. Now, there are a lot of different videos going over Amberlynn's full internet history, so I'm just going to do a very condensed version today, especially since we have 13 years to go over.
That's a lot of time to kind of condense.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go over the highlights to show why she's so disliked.
Okay, just some controversial parts of her life, I guess.
This is going to be a very introductory style video. We're barely going to scratch the surface of Amberlynn Reid.
So this isn't even the worst shit she's done.
Amberlynn did have her YouTube completely demonetized this past year, and all of her videos are now gone, so I'm just trying to go off of what I remember.
That's right. Yeah, you got 13 years worth of stuff to remember, so yeah. I got you.
So if you are part of Hater Nation or GorlWorld and think I am forgetting something, please comment it.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of stories about her.
So Amberlynn Reid's time on YouTube is divided up into eras, each era defined by who she is dating at the time.
How many eras you got?
So we are going over her 5 eras on YouTube. So her first era, known as the Crystal era, is her start to YouTube. In this era, we see that Amber is a lot more quiet and reserved in her videos, just like her shy girlfriend Crystal.
Okay, so this is the origination. I don't even know if that's a word. Whatever.
Her origin.
Yeah, where her origin started, where everything began with this girlfriend, Crystal.
Yes, so Crystal is her origin story for YouTube. This is when she first started posting videos.
Okay. Damn. She must have been very young then, and she already had controversy back then. That's crazy.
The controversy didn't start back then. It didn't start until after she gained a following and people began going back through her old videos and picking up on her behavior.
Oh, so they were watching back and they're like, you've been doing this since you started, so...
Right. So they watched back and realized that she has a pattern going on.
So essentially this journey never started. It just kept going back to the beginning since you started.
Yes.
Damn.
So like I said, she started her channel as a weight loss channel, Her and Crystal were both dieting and they were trying to encourage each other. This is one of the more known incidents that her audience began to point out.
So is this like something she did while people were watching her old videos, somebody caught?
Yes, she accused the family dog and cat of working together to open up a cabinet in the kitchen, eating all of the junk food overnight.
What the hell?
So in the vlog, she does a grocery haul, and mind you, her and her girlfriend are dieting. They were living with Crystal's parents at the time, and the dad bought some snack food. And Amber mentioned that, oh, that's stuff that I like, but I can't eat right now because I'm dieting.
And let me guess, she still ate that.
We believe she did because she claims that the cat got up on the counter, knocked everything down, so that way the dog could eat it, and then they worked together and ate all the food together, and she just was so shocked the next morning when she woke up.
So one of the snacks the dad got so happened to be missing one of the ones that the pets got, apparently.
I think it was 2 of the snacks he got and then a whole bundle of bananas.
What the hell? A whole, like, peels and all? That's crazy.
Yeah, peels and all, they're all gone.
Jesus. Well, I mean, I guess if she did eat everything, she's not going to leave evidence, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's damn. But to blame the dog and the cat is crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, so a lot of her audience began to believe that this was just Amber's doing, and she just wanted to cover it up by blaming the cat and the dog.
Yeah, I mean, back then, nobody really knew her, so they might have. I mean, that don't sound believable at all, but some people might have been like, hey, maybe she's right.
Another notable incident during this time frame was the fact that her girlfriend, Crystal, repeatedly said that she did not want to be on camera or in the videos.
Let me guess, she didn't care.
She did not. Amber still pointed the camera at Crystal, even filming Crystal while she was on the toilet at one time.
Oh, that's not right. What the hell?
Yeah, and this is stuff that she easily could have gone in and edited out of her videos, yet she still left them in.
I'm sure she probably did it for reactions, and she got them.
Yeah, she doesn't like them, but I mean, what did you expect?
That's weird. That's invasion of personal space. If I'm in the bathroom, get out of my face, man.
That's kind of all I can really remember from the Crystal era. So we're going to go ahead and move on to her second era on YouTube.
All right, so I guess she was still kind of loading into being a menace.
Yeah, she was a lot more shy and quiet back then until we get to the Destiny era. So in 2015, Crystal and Amber break up. Amber claims the breakup was mutual. They were just more like friends hanging out than in a relationship.
That don't sound like that happened. She probably got broke up with, huh?
It's speculated that that's what happened, but anyways, that's okay because Amber went online and she met a girl by the name of Destiny, and the two of them began a relationship together.
She was living with the Crystal girl first. So then, is she still living with the Crystal girl when she meets Destiny?
Yes.
And is this like, are they in the same area? No, you said online. But does that mean in the same state?
No, I believe Destiny was living in Florida at the time, and Crystal is West Virginia.
Oh, so it's not in the same state essentially.
Yeah,
okay.
So Destiny had to travel to meet Amber. From my remembrance, as Amber would say.
That's kind of awkward to show up to a girl you're trying to meet's house who's still living with her ex and her family.
You're gonna see this is a pattern for her.
Oh, okay.
That's nothing to Amber.
Okay, I can see why there's a little controversy around her then.
Now, unlike Crystal, Destiny did not mind being on camera.
Oh, so she was part of the show.
Yeah, she was very much part of the show. And this is the time where Amber finally gets monetized on YouTube and starts getting an audience.
With now her girlfriend not wanting to be part of the show, maybe it made it more interesting for everybody else.
Like I said, in the Crystal era, she was a lot more shy and reserved. In Destiny era, she's a lot more outgoing and loud. It's almost like she was mimicking her girlfriend's personalities.
By the way you said that, it sounds like this is a pattern.
Yeah, I think you're picking up on that.
Yeah, damn, she's got many patterns.
There are so many notable controversies to happen during the Destiny era, so I'm just going to try to speed run it. The first thing I want to touch on is that we have an adult Amberlynn Reid and Destiny featuring a 15-year-old girl in many of the videos.
Okay, there's an underage girl in the video. That does not sounding good.
Yeah, so the relationship with the minor was definitely viewed as inappropriate by many of the viewers. Amber would discuss things of mature nature in front of the minor. She filmed the girl while she was showering one time. Like, the girl was in the shower and Amber opens the door. You don't see the girl, but you just see the shower curtain and the girl telling her to leave me alone. I'm trying to shower.
Yeah, that's creepy.
She also encouraged the girl to lift up her t-shirt to show off her bikini while they were at the beach, like to flash the camera.
Yeah, I think she was farming for clips, but with an underage person is not it.
Well, what was weird is that she mentioned in a vlog, a lot of you guys think I have a crush on the minor, something about the minor, something along the lines about them having a crush on each other. And she, instead of going into the fact that she's 15 years old, she just goes, oh, it's not like that. She's not even lesbian like I am. It was Destiny who had to jump in and go, hey, by the way, she's only 15. And Amber's like, oh yeah, she's only 15, you guys.
Yeah, that's creepy. How that her age was the last thing. She had to be reminded that her age is 15.
There was a point where they were at a fast food restaurant, Destiny, Amber, and said minor, and a 23-year-old man approaches them and asks if he can be their friends and sit with them. They said yes, and he starts talking with the young girl, and Amberlynn is encouraging it, encouraging them to flirt together.
Yeah, she has. That's creepy. I don't know how she sees that's okay, but I'm guessing this is a pattern.
Well, if you bring it up to her today, she will say that it's because she was in her 20s.
What the hell? She's blaming her age. She was already an adult, so she should know better.
No, she'll just say, I was in my 20s, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, that's no excuse for anything that's stupid.
She left the minor and the adult man alone together, knowing that the adult man had a crush on the minor.
Yeah, she does not need to be around anyone underage. That's creepy as hell.
There was also a time where Destiny's friend's child passed away, and they were on the way to view the grave of the child. And in the vlog, Amber's like, oh, we're on our way to the cemetery, and she's like dancing in the car.
So being inappropriate in a time to mourn, essentially?
Yeah. And she gets to the grave and she's like, oh, this is so cute.
What the hell is wrong with her? She has, was that empathy?
She claims to be an empath. That's
maybe about her own shit, but apparently she doesn't feel empathy for anybody else.
Yeah, she definitely does not have empathy for anyone or anything. Brings me to the Gracie incident.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
So Destiny had a childhood cat named Gracie that went missing, and Amber's audience, whom she began to refer to as Hater Nation, got suspicious of the circumstances of Gracie's disappearance. Amber wanted to adopt her own cat. However, they already had Gracie, and I believe they had another cat, or the roommate had animals and there was a pet limit, something along those lines. But also, Gracie was an older cat, so Destiny was worried about introducing her to a kitten. So there was a couple of reasons stacked why they couldn't have a kitten.
I see why. I see why they think she let her out so they could, well, one, for the pet limit, and she can get her own new one.
Yes, because almost immediately after Gracie goes missing, they adopt a new kitten.
Let me guess, and it's Amber's cat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
We also see Destiny on film talking to Amber about making missing posters, And Amber's just totally checked out from the conversation about the cat going missing and just references their new couch.
So she said, hey, yeah, that's cool. Look at our couch.
Yeah, she's like, oh, but aren't you excited? We got a new couch. Doesn't it look nice?
That's so rude. Just trying to throw it under the rug like that.
A few days after that, she shows on camera a jar labeled Wasabi Fund.
So I'm guessing that's the cat's name?
So that's the money that she's saving to adopt the kitten, which is reached very quickly, mind you.
That's crazy. No, that sounds very planned out, honestly. But who knows? Only the cat and her know.
Yeah, so this just didn't sit right with the audience for a couple of reasons. The lack of empathy that Amber showed Destiny, the fact that she almost immediately got a new kitten without really looking for Gracie or seeming to care about Gracie.
Yeah, with the whole Destiny talking about the posters and hers like, no, look at their couch. That's kind of, yeah.
Also, the fact that they went ahead and got another kitten is crazy, to say the least, because if Gracie did show up, all of the reasoning why they wouldn't get a kitten before just goes out the window.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess unless they just, by getting the kitten, I feel like they just fully gave up on finding Gracie. But yeah, you're right. If she did come back, then all her problems are back. What if Amber made sure she was gone? I know I'm getting a little dark here. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because even still to this day, Amberlynn and Destiny are on the same page that it was not Amber who let the cat out. It was the roommate.
Her ex is like, no, it wasn't her.
Yeah. Destiny does not like Amber at all, and she still maintains the fact that she believes Amber has nothing to do with Gracie's disappearance. The other most notable thing to happen in the Destiny era is Amberlynn Reid accusing her ex of SA-ing her.
Crystal?
No, a different ex.
Oh, so this is one before she started vlogging then.
Yeah. So in a vlog, we see Amber doing a story time style video where she recounts her ex forcing her to do things of the mature nature that she did not want to do. So she is literally sitting on her bed and she's just chatting to the camera in the most nonchalant way possible. Like she doesn't seem upset. She brings this up for like no reason, mind you. She doesn't seem upset.
Just not the right emotion for the topic, essentially.
Yeah, she just was talking. It was just the most nonchalant thing. Like it didn't seem like she was upset, is what I'm getting at.
So she was telling the story, but it didn't look like it was bothering her that it happened.
Right. So this video made it back to said ex, who uploaded a response, as this accusation was something that could be harmful to their everyday life and reputation.
Oh yeah, something like that could definitely ruin the rest of your life.
So Amber's ex, their name is Casey, and his rebuttal to this very serious accusation was that Amber was the real abuser in the relationship. Casey claimed that Amber's story was actually from Casey's point of view.
So everything Amber was saying was being done to her, she was doing to Casey then?
Yeah. So Amber was living with Casey and Casey's mom at the time, because Casey was actually only 17 years old and Amber was 19.
There's a pattern about the underage people.
Casey's mom even came up on video and was backing up Casey's version of things.
You gotta defend yourself against something like that, especially if someone's lying on your name. That's crazy. And let me guess, she didn't think anybody would see it or some shit. That's
so she uploaded a response, a poetry slam type video.
She's not dropping poetry.
Yeah, no, she dropped poetry as her response to this.
That's crazy.
And it conjured up probably the most iconic line ever.
I gotta hear this. Go ahead.
Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
The hell?
Think about it. Rain and petals eavesdrop.
Oh, it spells okay.
It spells the word. But apparently she used the wrong word in the video.
That's funny. She made a whole poem about it. What's wrong with her?
So she basically in that video was taking back what she said hurting Casey, but the damage was already done. And because the damage was already done, she still to this day claims that she was the victim in the story and Casey did SA her.
So she's still claiming that Casey's lying. even though he's probably already has witnesses and stuff that says no, Amber's the actual person that was doing all the assaulting.
By the way, Destiny was not aware of any of this going on.
What the hell? So she was with Destiny and also fighting with half of YouTube?
Yeah, Destiny worked full time and she did not watch Amber's videos.
So all Amber did was sit at home. Well, you said that's when she started making money. So yeah, she didn't have to go to work, right?
Yeah, she was working at Destiny's job, but after the YouTube money started rolling in, she left the job to do vlogging full time.
Okay, I mean, it must have been pretty good money to leave a job.
I think she deleted the original video.
I'm sure she did because she's an idiot. Why would you accuse somebody of that thinking they weren't going to see it, especially when the internet was starting to blow up?
Yeah, she's something else. So Amberlynn and Destiny broke up early 2017. Yeah, she claims Destiny broke her heart.
By doing what? By breaking up with her?
Yeah, by breaking up with her.
I mean, there had to be a reason.
Well, several years later, Destiny comes out with a tell-all live stream answering the audience questions regarding her relationship with Amber.
Ooh, that's dope. I want to hear this.
Destiny reveals that Amberlynn and Destiny's mother butted heads while living together, even to the point that there was a physical altercation.
Damn, Amber's fighting moms?
Yeah, and the mom's fighting back.
Did she get her ass whooped by her mom?
So the physical altercation came from Destiny's mom. Apparently, they were yelling back and forth at each other. Destiny's mom picked up a cake cup holder and threw it at Amber.
Damn. Did she hit her?
I think so.
She had good aim.
I mean, Amber's a pretty good sized target.
That's a big target, yeah, I guess. That's true.
Destiny also talks about Amber being clingy and controlling in the relationship, which made it difficult for Destiny to concentrate at her job due to Amber's incessant need to talk to Destiny all day.
She had to be on the phone with her all day?
Yeah, they had to talk nonstop.
Oh, hell no, that's crazy. I could not do that shit all day.
So towards the end of their relationship, Destiny met another coworker named Dana, who Destiny does end up dating. But once Amber left the place that they worked at together, Amber would tell Destiny to call her on the lunch breaks. Well, according to Destiny, they were just fighting with each other so much during this time. She just stopped calling her during the lunch breaks to talk to Dana.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So she's like, why would I argue with you when I can talk to somebody who's not annoying?
By remembrance, as Amber would say, another coworker who was friends with Amber clocked this happening and would let Amber know, which would cause fighting to happen.
Oh, so she had somebody on the inside telling her that Destiny's like ignoring her, I guess. Hey, fair game, I guess.
Destiny said that Amber's behavior and tantrums got to the point where Amberlynn would get upset even if Destiny would go spend time with just her family.
Damn, she didn't even want to let her go see her parents and stuff?
No, so Destiny recounts a time where her and Amberlynn were arguing because Destiny wanted to go visit her mom, and Amber, who we know did not have a good relationship with Destiny's mom, decided to take an unopened can of Code Red Mountain Dew and throw it at Destiny to prevent her from leaving.
I like how it's so specific. Code Red.
I think that's the part that throws me is the Code Red.
That's funny. I mean, Mountain Dew's gonna like at her, like as she was walking away or something.
Yeah, she takes a can and throws it at Destiny.
That's crazy. I would have grabbed that and threw it right back at her, but I got better aim. So what? I'm guessing what Destiny just keep going, just leave anyways.
Yeah, she just left anyways.
That's funny. Piss her off even more.
This confirmation of reckless behavior from Destiny confirmed what Amber's audience has suspected for years, that Amberlynn is manipulative and will do anything to get her way. A few months after her breakup with Destiny, we enter what is known as the Beck era.
Okay. I know Beck for sure.
Once again, Amberlynn Reid begins talking to a person online, and very shortly after decided to enter into a relationship with them.
Let me guess. Was she still living with Destiny?
Yep, she is still living with Destiny.
The pattern continues.
So Beck, Amber's partner at the time, shared a home with two of their close friends, Eric and Ricky, and Amber was still living with Destiny post-breakup. And this is the part where I draw a little blank. I don't remember who initiated the idea of Amber moving in, but I do know that Beck does ask Eric and Ricky if she could, and they agreed, and she does move in with Beck.
Oh man, she's just like couch hopping or bed hopping at this point.
Is it? I guess. No, it's more known as, so the term is called U-Haul lesbian.
U-Haul lesbian? What the hell?
Yeah, so I guess it's a lesbian trope that they move so fast in their relationships, like lesbians just automatically move in with each other after dating.
So like they move in together after a short period of time.
Yeah.
I guess.
So the correct term is U-Haul lesbian. That is what Amberlynn Reid is.
That's crazy ass term. But I mean, all right. I guess if it's coined, it's coined. I guess.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably her most iconic era on YouTube. It even has a nickname known as the gay care era.
Gay care.
Yeah, because it's a house full of gays and she stays home all day. So instead of daycare, it's gay care.
Oh, that's funny. What the heck? Man, I bet she's going to terrorize these people.
Oh, so Ricky, he did not like Amber. And Eric decided to start his own vlogging channel under Amber's guidance. And it was so funny back when he had vlogs up because you can see Ricky constantly throwing digs at Amber.
That's funny. Man, you said those videos are gone? Are they still up?
No, Eric got a professional job of some sort, so he took everything off of his channel.
Oh man, I bet. Did she run filters on hers and then he showed her like in real time?
Yeah, he did show her at different angles.
That's funny. He's like, I got all the what's it called, backstage stuff here.
You can find compilation videos with re-uploaded edits of his videos. But full-length videos from him, I don't think you can find those.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure there's a bunch of funny stuff in that.
Amber's controversy during this time started off with the way she treated Beck on camera. She was known to make snarky and crass remarks towards Beck, including snapping at Beck for disagreeing with her and asking on a live stream, "Did you take your meds today? I can tell you didn't. Go take them."
That's messed up.
Yeah, and she said it in the most condescending tone ever. So this happened during a live stream, and the audience immediately began calling her out for being rude. And Amber retorted that she said that out of love and concern for Beck's mental health.
I mean, if you're saying it in a condescending way, that's not really concern. That's more of annoyance.
Yeah, exactly. During this time, Beck was misdiagnosed as bipolar and was on heavy medication that caused them to be in a zombie-like state of mind.
So they were kind of zoned out all the time?
Yeah, just completely zoned out.
So was Amber taking advantage of them while they were zoned out? Because, I mean, somebody who's just kind of emotionless and zoned out might not do their own thing, kind of follow people around, you know?
This was also approaching the time that Amber is at her heaviest recorded weight, which made her mobility very low to almost completely immobilized.
So she was so big she could almost not move? That's crazy.
Yeah, so she was relying heavily on Beck to take care of her.
I see where the gay care thing comes in.
And this also included driving Amber around while Beck was heavily medicated.
I'm pretty sure it says on there you're not supposed to drive on that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. In one of the vlogs, you can see that Beck is so zoned out while driving, they almost hit another vehicle.
That's so sad that Amber's making them do all that stuff while they're not in their right mind.
When Beck almost hit the other vehicle, Amber was like, "Did you not see them?" Like, just completely backseat driving and berating them for almost hitting another car.
So why doesn't Amber drive? If she's so good at it, apparently.
Exactly. We are also entering the peak of Amberlynn's unhealthy relationship with food. Amber has admitted to having an eating disorder, and that she gets into a state of mind where she is unable to control her moods until she is satisfied with food. This goes into Amberlynn's mukbang era. Keep in mind, during this time, she is still trying out different ways to lose weight, including flirting with the possibility of weight loss surgery.
She's essentially still doing the same thing, trying to, or saying she's on a weight loss journey, but she's eating all this food.
Yes. And this entered a controversy with another popular weight loss channel known as Obese to Beast.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that channel. What beef was going on with them? That's crazy.
Yeah, so they entered a minor online feud because Obese to Beast made a statement along the lines of mukbangs not aligning with losing weight. Basically, that if Amberlynn was taking her weight loss seriously, she would not be filming herself eating large amounts of food on camera, regardless of the nutritional value of the food being eaten.
Man, I see where they're coming from. It's even if you're eating healthy, eating a lot of it is still probably not healthy.
Right, exactly. And he himself also struggled with eating disorders, so they were constantly talking behind scenes before he uploaded this video.
Okay. So they were, I guess, friends at some point?
Yeah, there were like acquaintances online that
Yeah.
would talk to each other about weight loss. So he was constantly supportive of Amberlynn's weight loss journey.
Well, weight gain journey. But yeah, I see why he would kind of get pissed off about it.
This ended up triggering a response from Amberlynn, infamously known as Shrimpgate.
Oh yes, I think I don't know about it. I just know like what happened. I don't know why it's so iconic or whatever.
So Shrimpgate, for those of you who don't know, is Amberlynn sitting on camera eating a cocktail shrimp ring, stating that mukbangs help her with weight loss because they're holding her accountable.
While she's destroying a whole tray, she's saying this is helping her essentially.
Yeah. So she goes into that other mukbangers are skinny and it's okay for them to eat a lot on cameras, that you can still eat a large amount of food and do mukbangs while actively losing weight.
She wasn't practicing what she preached because she wasn't freaking losing weight at all. She was gaining.
Mm-hmm. And still to this day, if you mention Shrimpgate to her, she will say that it was okay for her to eat the large amount of shrimp because it was all low calorie. But when you start to look at the actual nutritional facts of shrimp, there's a lot of cholesterol in shrimp.
Yeah, I was about to say those things are riddled with cholesterol if you eat a lot of them, yeah.
But that was always her big thing, especially during the Beck era. She only cared about calorie count. She ignored carb counts, cholesterol counts, sodium, sugar.
Oh yeah, that's not going to work out for her. I mean, obviously, but that's kind of dumb.
So she goes on to say that mukbangs help make her more aware of what she's eating, and it also helps her eat slower than she normally would eat due to it all being on camera and her pausing to talk to the camera.
So she thought just because she ate slower, she wouldn't gain weight? That's what I'm hearing. And that sounds stupid.
What the hell?
She thought because she had video proof that she was eating food slow, that would justify her eating all that food.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, it kind of is her way of justifying it.
That's crazy.
What the hell?
The reason why this is known as a quote-unquote gate is because her viewers know that she struggles with eating disorders and has multiple times stated that certain foods, such as the ones that she's eating on camera for her mukbangs, trigger her into consuming more unhealthy, more high-calorie foods off camera.
So the food that triggers her, she eats it anyways and then goes on to continue to eat food off camera, essentially?
Yeah, so she stated that rice is a trigger for her, yet she's seen on camera eating rice and brown rice with her mukbang meal because it's quote-unquote healthy.
I mean, you'd think she'd want to substitute it for something that doesn't trigger and make her eat more.
That was kind of the whole narrative during the Beck era, is that she has this eating disorder known as BED. Now, due to YouTube's TOS restrictions, we can't say the actual word. It rhymes with hinge.
Yeah, I get it. I catch it.
But she is claiming to have this, and it becomes controversial during the next era, and we'll go into that.
So it bleeds into the next era too?
Yeah.
Dang. All right.
In 2019, Amberlynn Reid is bedbound. She is at her heaviest weight, and a few years later, the audience finds out that Beck is put into full-time caregiver mode.
How caregiver did she get?
Yeah, she helped Amber with personal hygiene.
Oh, okay.
Let's put it.
Well, yeah,
way.
you did say that she was bedbound or whatever at her heaviest, so I can imagine that, I guess. Yeah.
Viewers also hear Amber admitting that she is in full swing with her eating disorder, so much so that she will act badly towards Beck if Beck did not agree to get her fast food. When asked to take accountability for essentially being verbally abusive towards Beck during her food-induced rages, Amberlynn backtracks and places the blame on Beck by saying Beck also ate the same food.
I'm going to guess that Beck wasn't only eating that food because they wanted it. If Amber was being a bully or whatever, she was probably bullying Beck into getting the food.
Well, Amber created this whole secondary persona known as the unhinged monster. I can't say the actual word. Yeah, so every time she would have one of these episodes, she would say, the so-and-so monster came out, guys. I can't control it. I have zero control. And Beck also confirmed that it was just easier for their mental well-being to agree with Amber and just get Amber whatever they wanted.
I can imagine. And was Beck at the time still on all that medication and stuff?
I think they were still on their medication at this point.
And without that medication, they would not have been able to bear with all that Amber's BS.
Beck still to this day stands firm that they're not to be held accountable for giving into Amber's demands. As giving in was the only way that they could have some sort of peace.
I mean, yeah, you don't want someone angrily yelling at you because they want food. So I would be like, all right, here, just leave me alone.
This also began a conspiracy amongst viewers in the comments. A lot of people were speculating that Amberlynn may have borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder, also known as BPD, is a mental health condition marked by intense, unstable emotions, impulsivity, and chaotic relationships, often rooted in trauma, genetics, and brain chemistry.
Essentially, she can kind of switch moods really quick, essentially. Like, she could just go from happy to pissed off.
Yeah, so she could go into more of a manic-like state. Now, Amber at this time is claiming that she is bipolar, and she was diagnosed as bipolar. So the same doctor that misdiagnosed Beck also misdiagnosed Amber, but Amber was not taking the same medication.
So she was diagnosed then with something, but it was the wrong thing.
Right. So the audience at this point in time, they're all speculating that Amber has BPD. And Amber's insisting that she does not have that. Now, a lot of people speculated the reason why Amber is refusing to admit that she has BPD is because BPD hand in hand with narcissistic personality disorders. Narcissism is a trait of people who have BPD, and there is a very big narrative that Amberlynn Reid is a narcissist, and Amber did not like that at all.
I know to this day she still denies she's a narcissist, but continues to show that she is, so it's a little weird.
Yeah.
How she doesn't see that.
In October 2020, Amberlynn Reid has a medical emergency that caused a huge stir in GorlWorld. Amberlynn has heavy uterine bleeding, taken to the hospital where an emergency D&C is performed. And then Amberlynn gets devastating news after this. She is diagnosed with uterine cancer. The entire Hater Nation community takes a step back and gave Amber well wishes. For those of you who may not know, though obesity is not the cause of uterine cancer, it does contribute to the likelihood of developing uterine cancer. Now, the reason why I say that is because Amber acknowledged that in her announcement video and swore that she will change and do better, that cancer was the wake-up call she needed.
Apparently not loud enough.
Yeah, unfortunately not. However, back then, the whole audience, myself included, because this is when I'm watching, was very supportive in her pivoting to a healthier direction.
So she still had supporters back then, still trying to, I guess, believe in her actual journey is gonna start at some point.
Especially with her having just been diagnosed with cancer, there was a lot of factors. She was too heavy to go into the PET scan machine, so she couldn't actually get like a full read on if the cancer has spread or anything like that. So everyone's just being so supportive and telling her, like, you got this, you can lose the weight, you only have X amount of pounds to go until you fit into the PET scan machine. But the support was very short-lived.
Let me guess, she started gaining weight instead of losing it then?
Yeah, she's kind of predictable at this point. So Amberlynn's estranged mother comes to visit with her to help out after Amber's diagnosis. What I did not mention with her lore is Amberlynn and her family, they do not have a good relationship with each other. Amber constantly talked poorly of her childhood. She referred to her parents as drug addicts, alcoholics, and abusive people. The audience got a little bit worried when her mom re-entered the picture.
Why would they be worried? I figured that'd be a good thing. Maybe they rekindled.
So this is Amberlynn's peak earnings in YouTube. She's making a lot of money. She's also diagnosed with cancer as a morbidly obese woman.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So a lot of people worried that Mama Lynn, as we call her, may have had bad intentions on reconnecting with Amber.
Because of all the money, she's like, if cancer was to take her, maybe she'll give me all the stuff she has. That's crazy. I mean, I can see where people are coming from, though. I mean, it's very convenient to come back in around the time, but
yeah,
who knows?
So
maybe she did have good intentions.
Her audience was very hesitant on Mama Lynn entering the picture, which their perspective of Mama Lynn has changed, and we'll get into that. But back then, everyone was not particularly excited about her coming over.
New person in the universe, I guess. Yeah, you gotta be. I guess they gotta earn their keep. You gotta make sure they're in there for the good.
Now, as I mentioned previously, Amber could not fit into the PET scan machine, so her doctors decided the best course of action would be doing a full hysterectomy, which is devastating to Amber, as this means she
can't have kids.
She no longer has that ability. Again, her audience was very sympathetic towards her. A lot of people, they were reaching out in comments telling Amber about their own journeys, their own concerns, things like that. Just, she had so much love and support. That is until
oh god, what happened?
Right after Mama Lynn arrived to help, Amber uploaded a mukbang eating a pile of fried chicken wings.
What the hell? So what happened to cancer being the last straw and I'm gonna do better, and then you're gonna eat a pile of fried wings? Not even just like, I don't know, some grilled chicken or something. Fried wings is crazy.
I remember this video so well because this was my breaking point towards Amber.
Yeah, I mean, after like possibly dying to cancer, being saved, and now you're gonna sit there and continue to gain weight? That's crazy.
In the video, she claims that she wanted grilled wings from a restaurant, but they were out and only had fried wings. She also said that she wanted a side salad, but the restaurant didn't sell salad. In fact, the only vegetable side that they had were green beans. And according to Amber, she didn't want to get the green beans because they were covered in butter anyways. So I'm just gonna eat the fried wings.
That logic is crazy. I mean, honestly, butter on green beans is a lot healthier than probably fried chicken.
What gets me about this too is that this was a chain fast food restaurant.
Oh, what the hell?
Like, they placed the order ahead of time and they got there and they were like, oh yeah, we're all out. instead of giving you a refund, do you want a replacement? No. They showed up at the restaurant to order the wings. They could have easily gone to one of many other places.
Yeah, that's true. No, that was a choice for sure.
Yeah, so she sits on video eating these fried chicken wings, and everyone is just upset about it.
I mean, I understand. Everybody thought she was going to change.
And immediately after the backlash, she started to say that the video itself was pre-recorded.
She tried to backpedal and say that was an old video then?
Yeah, no, she never released proof that it was pre-recorded, and like I said, her videos are all now gone, but if I remember correctly, she mentions Mama Lynn or something about Mama Lynn that would have only made sense if it was not pre-recorded and right around that time range of her being diagnosed with cancer already.
Gotcha. So like a little small detail people caught, they're like, wait, the timeline's not adding up.
Yeah, so if it was pre-recorded, it was maybe only a few days prior.
Yeah, and that's way too soon to be doing all that.
And even if her claim of the video being pre-recorded is true, she was still actively having health issues that directly tied her into her uterine cancer diagnosis.
Actually, she learned nothing.
Yeah, so she claims that she was having irregular uterine bleeding for 2 years prior to her diagnosis.
So it took her 2 years to go get looked at?
She claims that the reason why she did not go get looked at sooner is because Beck did not seem concerned.
What? That makes no sense. Well, they were on all that medication. Beck was probably not even paying attention to that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So why would Beck have to be the one concerned? It's coming out of your body. That's weird.
Beck also stated that Amber was a hypochondriac, and this is also something that Destiny said back in the Destiny era, that Amber is a hypochondriac and will go to the ER for every little thing. Beck said that even if Amber did mention it to them, that they probably just thought Amber was being dramatic until she had the episode that led her going to the ER.
Cried wolf too many times. Like, if you said that she's going to the ER for nothing, and then Beck's probably like, nah, you're just lying again.
No, she absolutely called wolf multiple times. There are video compilations of her going to multiple ERs for the same thing because she didn't like the first diagnosis that the first ER gave her.
That's crazy, just wasting those people's time when somebody else could be in there actually getting taken care of.
So Amber and Beck decide to move out of their shared lease home with Eric and Ricky and move to a city to be closer to Amberlynn's doctors. They were living in a rural area of Kentucky and moved to Lexington, Kentucky around the time of Amberlynn's hysterectomy. This caused a lot of worrying from her audience as she previously visited Lexington for a Pride Festival. However, she only vlogged herself going out to eat at the Cheesecake Factory and ordering different types of food to her hotel room. People were worried about more unhealthy food options being readily available to her compared to when she was in a rural area.
Got their own spot, and there people are like, dude, you move closer to more food. That's not good.
Yeah, a lot of people were very worried about this.
I mean, I can see why, especially if you're living in the city. There's fast food everywhere, so that's not good for her, someone her size, going through that to access that much food.
Yeah, she didn't really DoorDash a whole lot during the Beck era. It wasn't until they moved to Lexington that we see her DoorDashing a lot.
Oh man, she was keeping them people fed every day, probably multiple times a day.
Now, the biggest controversy to happen during the Beck era. Beck's mom is also struggling with a cancer diagnosis at the same time as Amberlynn. Now, I believe Beck's mom was diagnosed before Amber was.
Beck was already going through it with their mom too then.
Yeah.
Man, Beck was carrying a lot of crap. Figuratively.
Yeah, and Amber and Beck did a video together regarding Beck's mom's cancer, and they said that all of the AdSense from the video would be donated to Beck's mom. Beck's mom unfortunately passed away from the disease. In a vlog, Amberlynn and Beck are on the way to meet Beck's family to pick out a headstone for Beck's mom. Amber decided to stay in the car while Beck is inside with their family, a seemingly innocent act. However, Amberlynn films and uploads a TikTok from the car with a commentary on lesbian relationships. Very inappropriate for her to do considering the somber events taking place.
I mean, she kind of did that with the cat back in Destiny times.
Yeah, so you're beginning to see that pattern of inappropriate behavior build up.
She doesn't care about anybody but herself.
Now, at this time, a viewer also leaks voice messages between Amberlynn Reid and Beck's mom. So these voice messages took place while Beck's mom is very sick, undergoing treatment for her cancer. I believe she is about to go into surgery, and Amber is being very condescending towards Beck's mom.
Oh, hell no. I would have fought her.
So in one of the messages, Amber had a Freudian slip and referred back to the video of Beck and Amber getting AdSense for donations for Beck's mom and referred to it as the money that I was going to give to you.
Yeah, that sounds like she never got it.
As far as we know, her Beck's mom never got the money. I don't know if Beck ever confirmed if she did or not, the mom did or not. I don't know. I don't think they ever got the money.
Knowing Amber, probably not. Oh, and the pattern, probably not.
Yeah, so this caused a very big uproar because Amber's going through the same thing with her own cancer. And that is when she decides to pick a fight with Beck's mom. They're going through their own health issues, and she's going to act like that towards someone.
It's insane. Like I said, she sounds like she doesn't give a crap about anybody but herself. So I can see her arguing with somebody going through cancer because she's just like that.
Beck later does their own version of a tell-all series like Destiny, and they back up Destiny's claim that Amberlynn is controlling when it comes to seeing family.
That's, again, a pattern.
Beck recalls the time of their mother's cancer diagnosis and that Amber would set timers for when Beck needed to be back home from visiting with family.
Oh no, that's insane.
Yeah, and any defiance towards Amberlynn's rules would cause backlash and verbal abuse.
So not only was Becky taking care of her, but she had to deal with a bunch of verbal abuse as well.
Yeah, and due to Beck's already fragile mental state, it was just easier for them to go along with Amber than to fight it.
Sounds like a big baby. I can see where the gay care thing comes in again.
Beck does end up proposing to Amberlynn, and during Amberlynn's announcement video, she just does not seem to care at all.
It just looks staged?
Not even staged. Like, she's just like being, again, very nonchalant. She's doing her makeup. She's like, so I just got engaged.
Oh, so it's...
Well, that's something. And she just continues going on. Like, when you proposed to me, I was telling everyone, I was like, oh my God, look at my ring. I got engaged. Like, all excited. That's how a normal person in love would act.
So, yeah, again, with the wrong emotion for the event going on kind of thing. She should be happy and showing it off and all that. But she's kind of like, yeah, it happened.
She just, again, just does not seem thrilled at all to be engaged. Whenever viewers would point it out, she would say, no, our relationship is the strongest it's ever been. Beck and I are both so happy. If Beck wanted to leave, Beck would, blah, 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 this and that. Well, in 2021, Amberlynn Reid and Beck go on live stream and announce that Beck broke up with Amber.
I do remember this part here, yeah.
I think you and I watched it live.
I think we did. Yeah, I don't remember everything that was said, but I do remember that Beck announced it, and then I think they cried or something.
Yeah, both were crying. It was mostly Amber who was crying, and then the sadness quickly turned into anger, and she began to berate Beck and telling Beck, well, you should feel bad for breaking my heart, and I'm never ever going to fall in love again. I never want to date ever again. You are my one and only.
Man, she a lie.
Yeah, because only a few short weeks later, we enter into the wifey era.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, after breaking up with her partner, Amber began to flirt with someone online, and this is a person that she referred to as wifey.
I'm guessing she didn't want to give a name out.
No, she did not want to reveal who wifey was. All of the flirting kind of started on screen. So this was during a time where Amber was not doing vlogs, she was doing live streams. So she still had Beck in the live streams as kind of like a quote unquote co-host for her live streams. Amber would constantly go off camera and you could see her giggling and texting someone. And that's when she began to soft launch wifey.
So again, still living with her ex, already in another relationship.
Yeah, and then she began titling her live streams pretty obvious inside jokes with wifey.
She was trying to keep her a secret, but also giving hints about her, kind of.
Yeah, she still wanted people. Amberlynn is like a middle schooler. She doesn't actually want a relationship, she just wants the status of being in a relationship.
She wants somebody to want her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So, just like the previous exes, Amberlynn Reid is still living with Beck at this point in time. And Beck later tells the audience that Amberlynn begged Beck to sleep in the same bed as Amber post-breakup.
Oh, hell no.
And Destiny also backed this up and said that Amber did the same thing with her.
That's a little... What, is she scared of the dark or something?
So she claims to the partners that she can't sleep by herself at all. It gives her anxiety.
So what the hell did she do before she got girlfriends?
I don't think you understand this. Amber is a chronic dater.
That's true. She's probably never been single. That's crazy.
Wifey moves in with Amber a few months after they start talking. And keep in mind, Beck is still living with Amber. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I checked out of GorlWorld at this time. This era was boring. I did not care for wifey.
The wifey one? Yeah. I do remember you not watching it as much.
Yeah, just the disappointment of her falling back into her same ways after her cancer diagnosis. I was just done. I needed a break.
Did you caught the highlights at least?
Yeah, I think I got most of the highlights. So again, if I'm missing anything, just let me know. So one of the main controversies that I know about during this time was that Amberlynn lied to her audience about breaking up with wifey.
So what was happening? Was they getting too close to who it was or something?
Yeah, so unlike Amber's past relationships, wifey did not want to be on screen at all.
Oh yeah, because she put the other ones on. They were all on video, whether they liked it or not.
Yeah, wifey did not want anything to do with Amber's vlogs, but unfortunately, Amber's not the brightest person and soft doxed wifey, and GorlWorld is full of detectives. Amberlynn Reid received a super chat on one of her live streams from someone by the name of So Jaded saying, "I can't wait to meet you in September." And then she also named a live stream something along the lines of, "Francis, what you mean?" Like an inside joke, like a nod towards wifey. And when asked about the title and who it's Francis, she was just like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about," like being all giggly and stuff. So people were assuming, like, "Oh, this has to be with wifey because she's giggling the same way she does when she's texting wifey."
Yeah, she was way too obvious about it.
Yeah, she was way too obvious about it, and then she began talking about the area that wifey lives in, and she never said wifey lives there, but people put two and two together because it was an area that she never talked about before.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why would you be talking about that place if you have no relationship to it? That's true.
GorlWorld put everything together, and wifey's real name was revealed. This caused Amber to fake a breakup with wifey, and she almost immediately introduced a new girlfriend by the name of Feline.
Yeah, she hopped on to the next one immediately.
And if I remember correctly, I believe the timeline was that Amberlynn and wifey met in person, and then wifey went back home. That's when the docs happened. And then the fake breakup happened. Feline was introduced to the audience, and then Feline moved in with Amber.
Dang. Yeah, she moved on quick from wifey.
Yeah, so it was the fact that she moved on so quick. Wifey and Feline were basically like wearing the same style of clothing and shoes and stuff. it wasn't getting past anyone.
Wait, so they had seen pictures of wifey?
No, Amber would buy wifey gifts and show it off on camera.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So,
Yeah, like I'm saying, Amber's not the brightest person, and
Gotcha.
it's very easy for her to soft dog someone.
yeah, so she would buy essentially stuff that Feline would wear. Yeah, that makes sense.
I was trying to think of other crazy controversial things that happened during this era. The one thing that did come to mind was Cake Gate. So Amberlynn opened up a P.O. box for fans to send her gifts to open on camera. When she first opened up her P.O. box, one thing that fans liked to send her was different types of candy, such as Australian candy and chocolate-covered gummy bears, which Amberlynn would try these foods on camera.
What kind of mukbanging, I guess?
Yeah, she called them taste tests.
Yeah, right. She was devouring that stuff.
Come Easter, Amberlynn is flirting with the possibility of weight loss surgery once again. And she receives a coffee cake and a Croatian-style sweetbread in the mail. So when Amberlynn receives this in the mail, it completely upsets her. She goes on camera, claims that sent this to her is a troll and a hater, question, why would you send a cake to a weight loss channel? Despite her previously trying sweets from her P.O. box on camera.
Man, I bet she talked all that crap and then ate that cake.
She claims that she threw it away, which also upset a lot of people.
Yeah, for one, she was wasting the food. That Beck, or who was, no, wifey, let wifey eat it. You ain't gotta eat it. Don't waste it.
This was very obviously a nice package. The bakery that sent the cake and bread is called Strawberry Hill Bakery, and after this I did actually order the same cake and bread from their website, and they were delicious, so shout out to them.
Yeah, now I'm remembering. Yeah, they were very, very good.
Oh, and again, people knew this because it was in a nice box. The way that they package it, they send the baked goods in a box that has their branding and logo on it, and then they put that box in another large box with shipping packaging, like the bubble wrap or whatever, to keep it safe.
Why would somebody troll her with something that nice?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. So Amber opened up, like I said, they send it in a regular cardboard box, and when you open that up, you'll see the secondary box that says Strawberry Hill Bakery on it. As soon as she saw bakery, she lost her shit. So people looked up the bakery and the cost of the baked goods, and they're not necessarily cheap. We're talking $80 to have a cake and bread sent out to someone.
Maybe this isn't a troll.
Yeah, so everyone's telling Amber that's a bit of a steep cost for it to just be a troll. So Amberlynn is going off on whomever is sending her the baked goods, completely tearing into them, and finish off by saying she hopes whoever sent her the cake rots in hell next to Donald Trump.
That's crazy. Over a cake? A good cake? Very good cake?
Yeah, and like I said, she claimed to have thrown the cake away, and this upset everyone because they were obviously nice cakes, wrapped up well, still closed packaging. She could have donated them, given them to a neighbor. Like you said, Feline could have eaten them.
Yeah, she's crazy if she did throw it away, but I highly doubt they did. I'm sure they ate it.
The person who sent Amber the cake did come forward and explain that due to Amber's very recently passed content, they thought that she would enjoy trying baked goods from their childhood. The sender said that they were living in the US on a visa and missed the desserts from their home country. They found a bakery and found out that they can have items shipped out, and decided to send it as a gift to Amber for the upcoming Easter holiday. They even provided screenshots of the order form and receipt. However, Amber stood her ground on it being a troll.
Yeah, I mean, she's so crazy that at this point, she's like, I'm already in it. I'm just going to stick with it.
Yeah, so she posted on her Instagram stories at the time saying, if you were the person to send it to me, please contact me. I want to speak to you directly. Well, a whole bunch of people flooded her inbox, and even though this person had receipts to back it up, Amber still said, no, it's just a troll because I can't figure out who sent it to me. The only other thing I can really think of during this time was Amberlynn Reid's weight loss surgery attempt.
Attempt?
Yeah, attempt.
How do you attempt a surgery?
Basically, Amberlynn Reid thought that being morbidly obese was reason enough to be approved for weight loss surgery.
No, I'm pretty sure we've seen those shows. You have to lose weight to be able to get that surgery, don't you?
She thought she was different.
Of course she did.
She also watched those shows and thought that she was not like the people in the shows.
Of course not. She's perfect, apparently.
So her doctors expressed concerns about her self-proclaimed eating disorder. As we talked about previously in the Beck era, Amberlynn Reid is insisting that she has BED. And remember, she was having those schminge-induced rages.
Yeah, the monster.
Yeah, that was coming out whenever she needed food right then and there to satisfy it.
Yep.
Well, when she is in the process of getting weight loss, her doctor tells her, you know what? I can't approve you for weight loss surgery if you have BED.
Yeah, because you're just going to eat, and don't they, do something to your stomach, make it smaller?
Yeah, there's different styles of weight loss surgery, but essentially it all boils down to them trying to make your stomach smaller. And if you eat through that, which you can, it can cause your body to go into sepsis and you will die.
Yeah, I guess because you're eating a lot more than your stomach can hold. That's not good.
So when her doctor said that, she was originally devastated, but she very quickly began to backtrack.
There goes the pattern again.
Part of her requirement for weight loss surgery was mandatory therapy. Amber used this to say that during her session, her therapist determined that she does not have BED, rather she has a food addiction.
Is that not the same thing?
Listen, I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not capable of telling you what the difference between the two are. From my understanding, the BED is a lot more uncontrollable.
Okay, I see. All right.
I mean, it just all boils down to her constantly using her BED as an excuse for her bad behavior towards Beck and past partners. That is until she is officially diagnosed with BPD.
Let me guess, she uses that as well.
Yeah, so as we mentioned a little bit earlier, Amber was wrongfully diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and then when she is going in with this, I believe it's the same therapist, mentions that Amberlynn shows the traits of borderline personality disorder. So I can't remember the exact time. I know it's after this weight loss surgery arc, or around the weight loss surgery arc, is when she is officially diagnosed as borderline personality disorder. And we still see her to this day use that as the excuse for her treating people badly.
Yeah, I was going to say, she uses that for everything. Whenever she does something and her audience doesn't like it or it's not good, she blames BPD for it.
So ultimately, Amberlynn Reid was never approved for weight loss surgery, and then her and wifey broke up in July 2023. At this time, a lot of people were speculating that the whole weight loss surgery arc was a way for Amber to manipulate wifey into staying around. It was believed that wifey was the one that encouraged Amber to get weight loss surgery, and even gave Amber an ultimatum to do the work to be approved for it, or she's leaving.
She left, so
yeah. Now, like I mentioned before, back in Destiny to Tell-Alls, wifey to this day is still the only ex that has not done a tell-all or come out with anything. She just completely dipped out.
Yeah, I don't blame her, man.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Amber has had 2 girlfriends since wifey, so I don't know if each one is their own era like past relationships. I do remember after her breaking up with wifey, Amber decided the best course of action would be moving back to Oklahoma to be near her mom. So I'm just going to call this the Mama Lynn era, and we're just going to mesh both girlfriends together into one era.
All right. Sounds good.
The reason why I'm calling it the Mama Lynn era is because she's living in Oklahoma by herself in an apartment, and Mama Lynn comes by to take care of Amber by doing like grocery runs, driving her to doctor's appointments, things like that.
So she has essentially another caretaker.
Yeah, so that's why this is known as the Mama Lynn era.
Gotcha. She's still, how old is she at this point? And she still doesn't know how to drive? That's crazy.
2013, I believe she's 31,
Holy
32.
Crap. That's insane.
She's almost 35.
And has not learned how to drive a car yet.
Yeah. I know I touched base on it a little earlier, but just as a refresher, Amber's relationship with her mom and her mom's side of the family was already strained. Amber constantly talked about her parents' drug addiction, their alcoholism, and how she ended up in foster care due to those issues.
Yeah, I do remember her using that to justify her being or doing bad things.
We also know that she lived with her mom and grandmother as an adult prior to her moving in with her ex Casey. So you see, Amber met Casey online and flew out to meet with them. While visiting Casey, she received a phone call from her grandmother telling them that Amber is not allowed back into her house because she was worried that Amber's behavior would jeopardize her mother's sobriety.
Damn, so she got kicked out when she wasn't even in the state. That's crazy.
Casey does confirm this. He was there when the phone call happened because a lot of people were like, oh, she probably just lied just to stay with you. And he's like, no, unfortunately, this is real. I heard it.
So Casey's parents were just like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, because Amber was like, I have nowhere else to go. What am I going to do?
Yeah, I guess they felt bad. But I would have been like, why do they not want you going back home?
Yeah, that is a red flag.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Amberlynn also had a public falling out with her aunt, Mama Lynn's sister, during the Destiny era due to a lie Amber told during a vlog. She told her audience that her aunt blocked her for being overweight. Her aunt came out and said that was not true.
So she's, again, putting stuff out there thinking that people aren't going to see it, and her aunt saw that and responded. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember why her aunt wasn't talking to her. I think it had something to do with the grandmother telling Amber that she wasn't allowed to move back in. I can't remember exactly, but I do know that the aunt responded. It was like, guys, that is not what happened. I'm not fat phobic like Amber says. Amberlynn moving to Oklahoma has actually seemed like a great new start for her. She was repairing her relationship with her mother, and she was finally single. Her audience was excited for this new chapter in her life.
She was by herself, living by herself, which she hadn't been for who knows how long now.
You think back to the history that we're talking about. The pattern was always that she would be in a relationship, break up, and then immediately after already be in a new relationship and move in with that person.
She was always at somebody else's house.
Her audience was excited for this new chapter in her life. They hoped that Mama Lynn would hold Amberlynn accountable for her diet. Amber even announced that Mama Lynn is also dieting, so they're planning on losing weight together.
Oh, now her mom's trying to help her as well.
Yeah. Now, again, it's the audience is excited. Like, yeah, you can do this, but that is just very short-lived.
Yeah, I'm sure it didn't last very long.
Yeah, because in vlogs with Mama Lynn, we see her and Amber going out to eat and indulging in ice cream and in high processed fast foods.
Well, damn, that's not much of a weight loss.
Yeah. We also see Amber still continuing to purchase highly processed foods during her grocery hauls, which, side note, this is beef with Amberlynn's audience and her grocery hauls. Amber works from home vlogging, and she does not have her own transportation. So she essentially relies on herself making her own meals. However, she consistently would purchase highly processed, ready-made meals, high salt and high carb snacks. Basically, she had all the time and all the means in the world to buy ingredients and make her own food. I don't know, maybe that's proof of food addiction, as frozen dinner is a lot quicker to make and making a meal from scratch that would take her time. And, you know, she's shown before in videos that she's impatient when it comes to waiting to eat for something.
Yeah. I mean, she has all the time in the freaking world if she's working from home and doing nothing else, but she still chooses to eat the bad food. Yeah, that's on her.
Well, shortly after she moved to Oklahoma and she began to settle into her new routine with Mama Lynn, she begins to soft launch a new love interest known as Valentine. Amber is showing off gifts that she received from Valentine, including very expensive Lego sets.
Her expert Legos.
Amber wanted to keep Valentine a bit more private. We only really heard about Valentine if she sent Amber a gift or if Amber was asked if she was in a relationship.
So she tried to hide her a lot more than Feline.
Yeah, so she tried to hide Valentine a lot more, to the point that viewers were beginning to speculate that Valentine was a fake person.
Oh, they thought she was making up a girlfriend?
Yeah, a lot of people thought Valentine was just a made-up girlfriend because Amber wasn't dating anyone, and that was unusual for her to not be in a relationship.
Yeah, the routine that she had going for so long. They're like, there's no way.
Almost a year later, Valentine is revealed and is a real person, and we find out why Amber kept Valentine a secret. Turns out Valentine is a married woman.
Oh shit. So were they talking for that long? For like a year or no?
Yeah. Their relationship timeline is a little bit messy because, again, Amber kept things a lot more under wraps.
Yeah, that makes sense. It'd be a lot less defined, so yeah.
So Valentine's real name is Erica and was exposed to the audience by her real life wife named Brittany.
Oh shit.
So Brittany tells the audience that her and her wife Erica are viewers of Amberlynn Reid and part of Hater Nation.
Oh, so they were trolling her?
Yep. Amber previously mentioned in a video that her type is a butch or mask woman. Brittany realized that Erica is exactly Amber's type, and the two of them devised a plan to trick Amber into a relationship with Erica. Basically, so that way Erica could get intel on Amber that she could later release and expose.
Oh, so she was trying to be a double
relationship agent. Was designed as a completely elaborate troll, but Erica began to have genuine feelings for Amber.
Oh shit.
Isn't that crazy?
How do you go from being a troll to being a possible actual
She
partner?
went from trolling Amber to simping Amber. That's crazy work.
Insane.
This whole relationship is messy. As I previously stated, Valentine is married, and Amberlynn Reid is aware that she's married.
And she was still sitting there talking to her. Is crazy.
So let's just go ahead and lay out all key components to this case.
Yeah.
Erica did admit to being married to Amber, but she insisted that they were only married for financial reasons and that Brittany was more like a roommate. Amber did realize she was being played by Erica when Erica sent her a picture that had Brittany's foot in the corner.
Oh, Amber started to suspect, I'm guessing?
Yeah, she said, "Why is she there? I thought you guys were only roommates." Because the picture was Erica laying down in her bed, and Brittany's foot is right next to Erica's foot. So she's like, wait a minute, who's that laying down next to you?
I mean, I feel like maybe they were setting those on purpose, because there's no way they took the picture, looked at it, and were like, no, yeah, your foot's in it. Maybe we should change it.
Well, Brittany didn't know that Erica was still talking to Amber.
Oh, I see.
Brittany is also starting to become suspicious of Erica around this time, and that's when she tells her to back off from Amber. Now, despite both Erica and Amber being on the same page regarding Erica's marital status, two of them continued their romantic relationship. At this time, Amber realized that Erica's playing her and is still definitely romantically involved with Brittany.
So she sniffed it out that the trolls were trolling her.
She didn't realize that they were trolling her.
She just like, this is a little sketchy.
No, Amber's still in a relationship with her.
Oh, okay, so she didn't care.
Yeah, Amber, that's what I'm saying. Amber's aware and they're on the same page, and she's like, oh shit, she is married, cheating on me with her wife. And still talk to her.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So she didn't care that she was essentially getting cheated on.
Yeah. Erica was just playing both of them. Brittany decided to go public with this. And when she presented the circumstances of their relationship to Amber's viewers, she made it clear to Amber to stop contacting Erica because her and Erica decided to work on their marriage. Amber did not listen to Brittany and kept reaching out to Erica, which created a huge feud between the two of them.
So she just kept egging it on. I mean, at this point, she was probably like, "You guys tried to troll me, so now I'm just gonna make whatever you got going on even worse."
Well, it wasn't like that. She was genuinely in love with Erica.
Oh, she actually caught feelings too then.
She actually caught feelings for Erica and just
Well-
didn't believe Brittany when Brittany's saying, hey, Erica just wants to be with me, not you.
Oh, okay. She didn't believe her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a whole mess. Like,
Yeah.
it was a weird love triangle going on.
Gotcha.
Amberlynn and Brittany just got into a little bit of a spat. They were posting videos going back and forth with each other. And Valentine was officially out of the picture, which makes Amberlynn's 5th public breakup. But don't worry, she's never single for long.
Oh, no, I'm sure. The next girlfriend's right there.
So Amber introduces Tommy to her channel shortly after the Valentine reveal drama.
Dang, she moved on so quick.
Yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
I think her and no, because they were still talking. Yeah, no, she just moves on quick. She's a U-Haul lesbian.
Yeah, yep. We'll come back around to that term, yep.
Her introduction of Tommy was a big deal. This was the first time her audience is seeing her girlfriend's full face since the Beck era. The excitement around Tommy's reveal is very short-lived. As I mentioned previously, GorlWorld is a group of world-class detectives.
I know they dug up some crap on her.
It does not take them very long to find out Tommy's real identity. It's discovered that Tommy's last partner was also morbidly obese, and the two of them shared a feeder fetish account together. For those of you who may not know, a feeder fetish is basically someone that gets off on feeding another person an excessive amount of food until the person eating gains a substantial amount of weight.
So you're essentially killing your partner. That's what it feels like.
It's funny that you should mention that.
Oh, God. What the hell?
Tommy's partner unfortunately passed away only a few months prior to Tommy reaching out to Amber.
So she moved on very quick. If you passed on, shit. I don't even know. What the hell? I wouldn't know what to do with myself, let alone move on. That's insane.
Within months after giving a eulogy at
And she gave a eulogy?
she gave a eulogy
That's
at her
fucked
partner's
up.
funeral.
I'm sorry, that's messed up. You just gave a eulogy and you're already in the DMs of another obese woman.
And it was also revealed that Amber was not the only obese woman that Tommy was sliding into DMs
She was
with.
shopping around for
She
her
was
next
shopping
obese
around
victim.
with, yeah. So this was a big deal to GorlWorld viewers as it became a safety issue for Amber.
Yes, I do remember people telling her in the comments all the time that they were worried about Tommy's past.
I don't know Tommy's late partner's starting weight, but allegedly she did gain weight during the time that they were making feeder content. It was rumored that by the time of her passing, she weighed close to 1,000 pounds.
Wow, that's insane. No, how do you feed someone that much and think it's okay?
The news of Tommy participating in feeder fetish content was greatly upsetting to everyone, including Amber, and her and Tommy broke up. Anyways, that breakup doesn't last long.
Oh, I'm sure.
They get back together.
Oh, we're back with Tommy.
Amber says that the narrative of Tommy feeding her ex to a grave is nothing more than a malicious attempt to discredit Tommy. This is the reason why she doesn't like introducing her partners to her audience. She's basically blaming everyone, saying this is why I don't like talking about anything. You guys always say I'm boring and I don't post much content, and this is why. You guys can't ever leave me alone, like just shit like that. Apparently, Tommy explained to Amber that the feeder content was just purely a way for her ex to make money, as she was physically unable to work a typical 9-to-5 job.
I mean, she might have been able to if you helped her lose weight instead of gain weight.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's BS.
But it's Amberlynn Reid. So Amberlynn Reid does not think it's BS. She sees this as a believable enough reason to continue their relationship. And if you bring up Tommy's past to Amber, she will just say that you are just shaming sex workers.
She's ridiculous. But I believe that she didn't believe anything because you said earlier she would go to multiple ERs because she didn't believe a person who spent half their life probably getting their degree and giving her a diagnosis.
Yeah, if it didn't fit her narrative of things,
she didn't go for it.
Exactly. After rekindling their romance, Amberlynn has her mom give her a ride from Oklahoma City to Wisconsin to visit with Tommy.
Damn, that's a long ass way to go.
Yeah, that's what, like 15 hours?
It's over 10 hours for sure. And I'm sure with they're probably stopping a lot.
Well, she did bring her 2 cats and dog with her.
Well, yeah, they definitely had to stop to let them use the restroom and stuff and probably feed them and all that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a long trip.
Yeah.
So Amber went to visit Tommy in September and stayed until December. Right before Amber went back to Oklahoma, her cat named Rarity went missing.
Right before she went back or had to go back?
Had to go back.
Oh, yeah.
As we later find out. Now, this is still one of the most controversial things to have happen in GorlWorld. And it's something that her audience still brings up to this day. The story of events leading up to Rarity going missing has changed a few times, but now the story is that Amberlynn and Tommy got into an argument and Tommy left in a hurry through the back door, leaving it slightly open. Must have been when Rarity slipped out. Amber doesn't realize that the back door is open until the following morning, and she doesn't realize that Rarity is missing until that night.
How do you not notice that? I'm sure the cat's around her at all times.
Exactly. That's what everyone is pointing out. It's almost a full 24 hours before Amberlynn Reid realizes that Rarity is missing.
That's crazy.
And she's claiming that this is her baby. She doesn't pick favorites, but if she did, it would definitely be Rarity.
Yeah, be bullshit. 24 hours is crazy. I'd be looking for it after like 2-3 hours.
There's a lot of factors that caused an uproar in the community. The first one being that at the time of Rarity's disappearance, it's winter and there is a bad snowstorm going on.
Well, that's not good. Cat shouldn't be out during that.
And not only that, Amber admits that her animals are not microchipped.
So if she's lost unless she decides to come back.
Yep. And though Amber is upset about Rarity's disappearance, she doesn't go out to look for Rarity. She really doesn't do a whole lot to look out for her.
I thought that was like her soul cat or something.
Yeah, no, instead she has Tommy do all of the work for her.
Of course. Why wouldn't she? Let me guess, did she sit at home and do nothing while Tommy was out looking for the cat?
Yeah, Tommy drove around. I think Amber drove with her at one point, but Tommy was the one calling around shelters, making missing posters. She was doing all of the work while Amber sat at home.
Yeah, makes sense. Checks out.
And despite Rarity going missing, Amberlynn Reid still returns to her home in Oklahoma. It's later revealed by Tommy that her and Amber fought just about the whole time Amber was in Wisconsin. Tommy did her own version of a tell-all, like Amber's previous exes, but Tommy went to GorlWorld reactor channels and shared screenshots of text messages. She sent videos of Amber and voice chats that Amber sent to her. It was also revealed that Tommy was talking badly about Amber on Reddit.
My God.
Calling her Porcahantas.
My favorite freaking roast. That is hilarious. I'm sorry.
She also said that if Amber were to lose weight, she'd probably look like a melted candle.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow, that's creative, but that's crazy.
She also had some other ones, but I think those two were like the top roast that she said.
Yeah, I'm sure. Man. If those were off the top of the dome, that's pretty crazy.
In the messages that Tommy released, we see Tommy asking Amber for space and Amber not respecting her boundaries. Basically, Tommy is backing up what Destiny and Beck said about Amber.
Doesn't Amber call them liars, but then here's her most recent ex saying the same exact thing.
Exactly. And you want to know what's even crazier? They got back together after this and they are still in a relationship.
Yeah, to this day, it's insane. I don't know. She's not right in the head.
Tommy also confirms what the haters suspected. Tommy asked Amber to go back home to Oklahoma. Well, no, she more like told Amber, you're going back home.
So she had to tell her Amber didn't want to leave.
Yeah. In fact, Tommy had to take off work just to drive Amber back home because Amber's mom wasn't able to do it for X amount of time, and she was like, no, Amber's gone.
She wanted her out then. If she's
Mhm.
going to take time off to drive her back home, she wanted her gone.
So right after Tommy tells Amber that she's going back home to Oklahoma is right around the time Rarity goes missing.
How convenient.
Yeah, so this birthed a very serious accusation that Amberlynn purposely let Rarity out so she would have a reason to stay in Wisconsin. Now, that's just a GorlWorld conspiracy. There's no evidence to prove that claim, and Amberlynn is still adamant that Rarity getting out was just an unfortunate coincidence.
I can see by her past patterns where people would be like, yeah, you definitely do that.
This is also now the second cat to go missing.
That's right. Destiny's also went mysteriously missing.
Right, so we have Gracie that went missing, and then Amber immediately getting the kitten that she wanted, and now Rarity goes missing right after she's told to leave the place that she doesn't want to leave.
That's very convenient. I know she says it's not, but it just kind of happened. But that's, yeah, it's hard to believe.
Now, in November 2025, so very recently, Amberlynn Reid's YouTube channel was demonetized. YouTube updated their TOS to include content that seems to glorify eating disorders is not allowed. Due to Amber's early years on YouTube insisting that she has BED, so when Amber got demonetized, this caused her to go onto her channel crying and begging for donations to be sent to her Venmo, which is also against TOS, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can't be begging for money.
So Amberlynn is now in need of a new job. She has to pay her bills. She has to take care of her fur babies. And that is when she gets hired by Keemstar to join Locale Live in its universe. I don't know if we would consider the LCU more of an era or an arc. I think at this point it should be an era.
Yeah, I feel like it should be. There's a lot of characters in this one too. This is a good one. She's getting a lot of the crap she puts out right back.
Yeah, the LCU is so entertaining. I am enjoying it. I know a lot of people are saying it's insufferable, but she's funny. I don't care what people say. Amberlynn Reid's funny.
I like to watch her make a fool out of herself.
So that kind of brings us up to speed on what she's doing today. As of right now, her channel is still monetized, and Amber is making money in the LCU. With that being said, I think it's very obvious that I am a part of Hater Nation. Like I said, you guys, this was just a very speed run of Amber's internet history on YouTube. There's a lot more that we can deep dive into regarding her and her history online. If you want us to talk about a specific instance, just let us know. Thank you guys for joining us on this Yap session. Let me know what you think down below. Are you a part of Hater Nation, or do you think that the hate that Amberlynn Reid gets is unjustified? You guys stay high, stay elevated, and I will catch you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm so much better than majority of you, and you are a despicable piece of shit.